Welcome to the Hustle Wing podcast. Today we are joined by Usman Sheikh, the founder and CEO of XIQ. He's going to chat to us today about his company. We're going to have a nice chat and get to know each other a little bit. So thank you so much for joining me today, Usman. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Nice and a great pleasure to meet you, Easy.
It's lovely to connect with you too. So what is XIQ?
So XIQ is the next generation of B2B sales and marketing. And yes, B2B sales and marketing combined into one. We are a
Okay.
platform, we are a Silicon Valley based company. I myself come out of SAP, which is the world's largest B2B software company. And my experience is that SAP shaped or conceived the idea of XIQ. XIQ stands for multiply your intelligence, X,
Ah,
the multiplication
yes.
sign, and IQ, the intelligence sign.
Intelligence. Yeah.
And it's a platform, it's a complete end to end platform for next generation B2B sellers. They was one of the pioneers of introducing generative AI back in 2018, before the term generative AI was popular for
Yeah.
B2B sales and marketing. So,
Okay.
in a nutshell, we help you get information on people, companies, industries, and we, in our marketing side of things, we help use AI to define and design demand generation, nurturing, and awareness campaigns. And we have full marketing automation that we can use to run through that, all in one cloud hosted platform. That's what's
Well,
exciting.
okay, cool. Thank you. So, what is your story? Why did you start XIQ?
Yeah, so before XIQ, I was at SAP for about 13 years. I was very fortunate
Wow.
that I had global roles, and I was originally hired out of the United States but sent to Singapore to do business development for them in the Asia Pacific region.
That's
So I had,
cool.
from Australia all the way to Japan, then from
Wow.
Philippines all the way to Malaysia, or Thailand even, which is further east. I forget.
Wow.
I went to pretty much every country and met with the tech communities over there to show them how business to business and enterprise software worked. And I was accompanied by some of the best salespeople. I really loved what I was doing, so I decided to move to Germany, and where the headquarters are. Spent 3.5 years there, and then further, I was posted to the Silicon Valley in Palo Alto, and here, excuse me, excuse me. Um, all this time, when I moved to Palo Alto, I built the digital demand generation channel for SAP. All this time, my interest was in sales, marketing, business development, revenue growth, and I got a first row seat to seeing how some of the best salespeople perform in selling multi-million, multi-$100 million solutions. And I
Yeah.
also saw what were some of the challenges and opportunities. I'm a designer in my head. I'm a creative person. So I was looking ahead beyond the horizon at that time, saw AI being a big game changer, and wanted to build a platform that would solve all the problems that B2B sellers um, have today, but use AI as a means of helping us collect information. And last
Yeah.
thing I'll say on this is that once we started on this journey, the AI changed from artificial to augmented intelligence.
That's
So that was
true.
a big learning in the process.
Okay, but you learned, you've adapted, and you're still here today, right?
Still here today.
Amazing. Okay, so what's your long-term vision for XIQ?
Yeah, so I think we're entering a new era. So I don't know about you, but I was there before the internet was founded. And the internet was a game changer, right?
Yeah.
So, and the initial people that were coming into using internet, they called it internet marketing, internet demand generation, right? And now social selling, online marketing, doing research is just common to everyone. AI is a much bigger step change than the internet was much bigger. It's up there with fire and the wheel, right?
Yeah.
In terms of what
Yeah.
it does. So my goal, first and foremost, is to educate the world's B2B sales and marketing community about what AI can do. The art of the possible with AI is significantly different than what it was prior to AI, what it was with internet, and what it was prior to the internet coming as well. So this is a step change moment and era that we're witnessing as we speak. Our company
Yeah.
happens to be at the forefront of this, and my number one goal is to drive this awareness. Why do I want to drive this awareness? Because people tend to do what they know, but then tend to try to force fit it into new technologies. Now,
Mm.
let me say this, Izzy. There's a wisdom in sales and in marketing. That's
Yes.
conventional wisdom that will surpass any technology in any time.
Mm-hmm.
However, there are ways of using this technology and the capabilities we have to enhance, augment that current way of doing business. And
Yes.
therefore, my second goal is to make sure that we don't take the bad old habits or habits that worked in one paradigm and try to juxtapose them onto the next generation of what
Yeah.
sales and marketing is going to look. So
Yeah.
that's our goal. XIQ, we hope to make it into $1 billion company soon. And
Yes.
we're on a growth path very aggressively, looking to hire salespeople to help us do that globally.
Awesome. Awesome. Cool. So yeah, so what sort of challenges are you guys facing at XIQ at the moment?
Yeah, so any company that's growing out of an existing paradigm to a new paradigm and is introducing a brand new set of technologies, new set of ways, the first thing we encounter is the mindset. So people,
Yes,
they're used to doing things in a particular way. I
that's
know what
true.
I know and I don't know what I don't know, right?
Yeah.
And so what I'll do is I'll do things in a manner that that I understand. And it's getting people out of that comfort zone and getting them to envision the art of the possible beyond what you really know. And,
Yeah.
quite frankly, it's actually tremendously easier. So, one challenge we have today is that we are experiencing a hybrid technology landscape within the enterprise space. So, what that
Mm.
means is think about it, right? For my contact information, I have a Zoom info or something of that equivalent. For my news and intelligence, I might have an Owler or something like that. Then for managing my contacts, I have Salesforce. Then for you know generating emails, I might use Lavender. Then I might be using tools like Marketo to do marketing automation. So
Yeah.
by the time a particular sales process is run, there are about 12 to 16 different technology handoffs. And we've also fragmented the hell out of the customer experience. So when we
Mm.
first are introduced to the customer is first introduced, it's through marketing. Then they receive a call from an SDR. The SDR graduates them into an AE. The AE introduces them to the pre-sales engineer, and then together they introduce the leader of the sales. And so,
Mm.
if you can imagine how many conversation a buyer needs to experience, and every at the start of every conversation, there's like, "What do you do? How do you do it?" It's a discovery process. So
Yeah.
these are things that the world is currently used to, and we change that on because
Yeah.
we can run it in a much leaner, much more sophisticated, much more customer friendly experience by having a
Mm.
platform that actually does all this for you. So makes,
Yeah.
I don't need 12 people to do that job. I need one person to do that job.
Yeah.
But I can and I can equip that one person who did not previously have the capacity of 12 people. I can
Mm.
equip that person in a very low and very extremely efficient manner to behave and act like 12 people. So that's our big channel, that people are
Yeah.
set in the ways of doing it and they want to juxtapose the way they currently do things
Mm.
onto the AI era. Bad,
Yeah.
bad example. You got to rethink some of your processes and rethink some of your organizational structures to think about how you can maximize the value of AI.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, I've said this before. I love a disruptor. I love people that reinvent the wheel, like you said. Like find ways to disrupt the thing market and just make it a bit more efficient in whatever industry they're in. So I see that's what you're doing, and I see why that's a challenge, because now you have to teach people to rethink how they do things. So but I think it's a great challenge. It's a good one.
It is. It is. The world is becoming increasingly more self-service oriented, and
Mm,
I live in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, in United States. Obviously, a little bit ahead of the curve in terms of our technology perception. But
yeah,
universally, people are preferring a much more streamlined sales process, right?
yeah,
So I can now buy a car without ever having talking to a salesperson. Now,
yeah.
for me, that was nirvana, right? That's nirvana, because previously it was a very humiliating process of going to a
Mm,
car showroom and buying a car. And now I can do it online. I can get my financing done. I can go through the process in a
mm,
fraction of the time that it took me, and I can get better customer service from people that come to deliver my car at my
mm.
house, right?
Yeah,
How exceptional is that, right?
yeah.
The same paradigm applies to B2B selling.
Mm,
The Gartners of the world say that B2B salespeople don't want to talk to salespeople because the salespeople, they're getting handed from one person to the other. So I think our profession as sellers, we need to be very introspective about what do we need to do to change the
yeah,
game. And I think AI provides us with a great opportunity to really rethink and redo the way we used to work.
yeah. Awesome, awesome, cool. All right, so what sort of assistance would you need from our community of side hustlers? So you did mention that you are looking for salespeople. Can you get into that for me?
Yeah, for sure. So I will say two things. One, we're looking for talented people that understand next generation technologies,
Yes,
that are coming with fresh experiences. Not, so there are two parts of selling. There's a wisdom of sales,
yeah,
and there's the experience. The
yeah.
experience, interestingly enough, is not that much relevant anymore because
Hmm.
tools like ours. So just to kind of give you a little spiel on our product and our
Yes,
platform,
yes.
we have AI combined with behavioral psychology. So easy, I can predict your mindset, your personality, and I can now custom tailor a sales page. I can also identify what your company does, what are the opportunities within the industry for your companies to grow, what are the pain points. And by doing that, my AI can help you write and create these marketing campaigns that are very succinct and specific to you. So
Yeah,
this is a great opportunity. So therefore, the experience of how salespeople were able to judge a person in a situation has diminished. But
yeah.
the wisdom of selling is something different. Like, how do I go about engaging? The sensitivities of that person to person relationship. Because,
Mm,
irrespective of how much AI comes into B2B, it's a person to person, a people to people sale. And people
yeah,
buy from people they like and trust, right?
that's true.
So that's where the wisdom of selling comes in. So the two ways your community can help. Number one, we're looking for salespeople who are next generation, forward thinkers, early adopters, but have the wisdom of the sale, the seller's mentality. How do you
Yeah,
qualify? How you how do you make a business case? And again,
yeah.
the AI will actually build a business case. I'm not looking for business consultants. What I'm
Okay.
looking for is people who know that these are the heuristics of selling
Yes.
is super, super important in this. So that's one thing that we're looking.
Yeah.
Second, to your over 100,000 person large community, my message is that today there is no reason why small companies cannot behave and act like big companies using platforms like XIQ. So, for example, our platform, by combining 12 different solutions into one platform, by going into a hosted environment, lowers the total investment and cost of operations by 84%, right?
Wow.
So you need a contacts database, excuse me,
Sorry.
you need a CRM,
Mm,
and you need XIQ. That's it.
that's it.
So you can really streamline your costs and
Mm,
accelerate your operations. So your community needs to start thinking in terms of what could it do net new to do the revenue growth for their clients or where they work,
yeah.
right? By using a platform. Now, I will say this very clearly. Our platform is more geared towards large private companies or large enterprise clients. But
Okay.
mid-sized companies are there as well. But there's a
Yes.
lot more on demand generation, industry marketing, thought leadership, person-to-person interaction that our platform can help companies across any kind of segment, right? Any segmentation. So I would invite your community to look at what XIQ does in terms
Mm,
of how it can help at a lower cost, higher output, helping their clients act like much bigger companies than they really are, and not
yeah.
having to have the sales and marketing budgets that are
Yeah.
required to be operating in that large enterprise space. So that's a
Yeah.
barrier to entry that XIQ is very proud to have broken. And by the way, Easy, we drink our own champagne. You probably heard the term eat your own dog food. We don't like to
Yes.
call it dog food. We like to call it drinking our own champagne. Everybody at XIQ uses XIQ to sell. And I'm
Okay.
very proud to say that our name is now mentioned as a market leader by the likes of G2, Gartner,
Wow.
Forrester, IDC
Yeah.
in the space of B2B, account based marketing and selling, sales
Yeah.
intelligence, sales
Mm,
enablement,
mm,
and, uh, and marketing and B2B marketing. So
yes.
we are a small company, but by using and drinking our own champagne, we've been able to kick much above our weight, punch much above
Yeah.
our weight, and we are operating like a big company. And
Wow.
there's no reason why any member of your 100,000 person community should not be able to leverage XIQ in that manner for their clients or for their own companies.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
recruiting salespeople,
Uh-huh.
and we can help you punch well above your weight at a much lower cost for acquisition.
Great, great. Thank you so much, Usman. So, all right. So you said that it is an AI platform and it's AI forward. Would you be open or interested to listening from people within the tech department, maybe with AI experience or machine learning, if they were willing to pitch you about, any sort of features or anything like that?
We are always learning. I'm not the arrogant person that says I know it all. We're always learning,
Mm,
but where we are really hiring and growing and partnering
it's
is
sales.
is sales and marketing. That's our laser focus on
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
But yes, we are open to everyone.
Awesome, awesome. Well, then, thank you so much for your time, Usman. It's been a pleasure chatting to you and getting to know XIQ, what you guys stand for, and what you guys do. And I can't wait to see, what the future has in store for you. I'm sure it's going to be epic.
Izzy, it's a pleasure of mine to have been on your podcast and your show, and I wish you all the very best and continued success with what you're doing.
Thank
Really
you.
awesome to speak with you today.
You too. You too. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye bye.